Hello there. Thanks for joining me for Coaching Basics. Not all new teachers are alike. Customizing interactions for the new teacher is an important skill set for mentors. In this video, we will introduce how to determine the teacher's attitude and aptitude level and begin to support the teacher by strategically moving back and forth on the 4 coaching stances. When you start working with your teacher, you may notice that mentoring is very similar to the work of a doctor. A doctor will start by doing an intake of the patient. The intake can include asking questions, listening, observing, using diagnostic tools, taking notes, consulting other doctors, and doing research. Then the doctor makes a diagnosis, followed by a prescription or a health plan. A mentor also does an intake of the teacher. This can include asking questions, listening, taking notes, noticing of the environment, diagnostic tools such as a CSTP co-assessment or an observation tool, doing research, for example, looking up content-specific standards, and reaching out to colleagues who may have a specific expertise. The mentor, oftentimes with input from the teacher, makes a diagnosis. Intersection of the attitude and aptitude chart is an easy diagnostic tool. Attitude is represented on the x-axis. It shows the knowledge and skills of a teacher. It measures low to high to the right. Attitude is represented on the y-axis. It shows the level of confidence as a learner. It measures low to high to the top. This tool is made up of 4 quadrants. Teachers who fall in quadrant 1 may signal, "Tell me what to do." Teachers in quadrant 2, "I'm doing fine, leave me alone." Teachers in quadrant 3, "Tell me how I'm doing." Finally, those in quadrant 4 may say, "Here's how I think I'm doing." For example, this teacher has high skill and knowledge, yet low confidence for planning lessons. She has high aptitude and low attitude and falls into quadrant 3. Also keep in mind that the same teacher can be in different quadrants for different traits. For example, this teacher is in quadrant 1 for classroom management, quadrant 2 for assessments, and as we discussed earlier, quadrant 3 for lesson planning. Once you have made a diagnosis, like the doctor, you are ready to write a prescription. But it's not as simple as a piece of paper. Nor is it, "Take an aspirin and call me in the morning" type of prescription. Your prescription will look more like a dance. Let's look at the 4 coaching stances. Instructive, directive, instructive, collaborative, and facilitative. These stances are not static, and the mentor moves back and forth on this continuum of interaction based on the teacher's diagnosis. In the instructive directive stance, the mentor holds most of the information and takes charge of the analysis and goals. In the instructive stance, the mentor holds much of the information and takes charge of analysis and goals, but the teacher is also holding some of the information and can take part in analysis and goals. In the collaborative stance, the mentor and teacher are equally holding the information and equally taking charge of analysis and goals. In the facilitative stance, the teacher is the one holding the information and mostly taking charge of the analysis and goals. The mentor should meet the teacher at the teacher's current level. However, the ultimate goal is to be in a facilitative stance, so the teacher moves towards independence. That was a lot of information in just a few minutes. Pause this video and take a quick brain break if you need it. Okay, we're back. Now let's get back to the aptitude and attitude chart for our teacher. For classroom management, she is in quadrant 1. Limited in both confidence and skill. This is the "tell me what to do" quadrant. The mentor will mostly stay in the instructive stance when discussing and planning classroom management strategies. She's in quadrant 2 for assessments. She has high confidence but low skill in this area. You'll probably get the "I'm doing fine, leave me alone" vibe. The mentor will move to the instructive directive stance when supporting the teacher on topics related to assessments. She's in quadrant 3 for lesson planning. She has the skill but not the confidence. This is the "tell me how I'm doing" quadrant. The mentor will shift to the collaborative stance when lesson planning with the teacher. For quadrant 4, the teacher has the skill and confidence to say, "Here's how I think I'm doing." She has a strong internal locus of control. The mentor will take the facilitative stance in areas where the teacher is in quadrant 4. A quick recap of this video. During the intake, you're gathering much information about the teacher. It doesn't happen in one session, but instead multiple sessions, or perhaps throughout your coaching relationship. Based on information gathered, you can diagnose your teacher by using the aptitude and attitude chart. And the prescription is you moving back and forth between the 4 coaching stances to match the quadrants your teacher falls into. This video is just a quick and very basic introduction to coaching stances. Please deepen your understanding and strengthen your mentoring skills by accessing tools provided, seeking additional resources, and participating in professional development. And in case you're wondering if the work you do matters, read what our teachers have to say about you. Thank you for all the hard work, and see you on the dance floor.